Cool.
On this episode, yes, I know. It's been a long time since you heard that, but we're back. We're back for good now because the season's about to ramp up. But on this episode, we're going to talk about training camp, which is in like 2 to 3 days, and who we think is on the fringe, who really needs a good training camp, and who's a lot to make this roster. On this episode From the Cheap Seats. Hey, what's up? It's your boy Bonafide, and we're back. And I'm joined, as always, with the traveling man himself, Mr. Where you were in Dallas, right? You were in Dallas at the
I sure was in Dallas, man.
It was a soccer game. It was a Gold Cup game, right?
No, I don't know if it was Gold Cup game there, but I went there for wrestling, man.
I'm sorry, for
Yeah.
wrestling. That's
Wrestling.
WRASSLIN.
Yep,
Boxing.
wrestling.
Wrestling. I'm always joined as the wrestling connoisseur himself, Tre 316. My boy Tre. What's going on, Tre? Hey man, that was dope, man. What
That was dope, bro. What's going on, man?
What event was what pay-per-view? It was a pay-per-view, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, it was a pay-per-view, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got a funny story. My brother took my wife's, so his uncle, to a wrestling match. This is like way back in the 80s. And they came to Orlando and they had a wrestling match at the old arena. And my brother was looking for my wife's uncle. He was looking for him. It's like his uncle. He was looking for him. Like, where is he at? And he was on the spectrum in that regard. So he loved wrestling. He knew all the wrestling lanes. He was looking for him. Found out. He turned around. My uncle's on the ramp.
What?
John with one of the wrestlers. They almost got kicked out. Almost got kicked out. But yeah, man. I look. I grew up when I was in high school. It was like, don't joke. When I was in high school, it was like 2001, 2002. I graduated in 2002, but that's during the Attitude Era, man. So they had a school fundraiser. Cause we both from around that way, down in Memphis. They used to have that. That's my daughter. I'm recording. Okay, I'm recording later on. We'll block that out. Anyway, she was what is it? We used to do Channel 1 stuff. So the Channel 1 stuff, we used to they had a fundraiser, so all the seniors acted like wrestlers, and they cut promos on the Channel 1 TV. So on Friday, when it came up, I know they had to raise it like at least $5,000 because every kid in the school was there. They paid for it. People from the city was there. Anyway, we digress. We got all kinds of interruptions. We got kids, we got Legos, we got wrestling, but we're back, man. We're back. It's been a minute since we had a chance to talk about Tennessee Titans football. But hey, man, we are coming up on training camp. Our off season is finally over. The long wait. Now, we still got a couple of weeks to go before any real football hits, and I don't count college football 2026 as real football. But that's a dope game, though. Dope game.
It is a dope game.
I haven't started my dynasty yet, but yeah.
Same.
Yeah. Maybe I get it on this week or something like that. But
same.
It is training camp. So this is the second year of Brian Callahan. He barely made it by the skin of his teeth, given all the turmoil last season. And he's revamped the staff. So you can talk about that for a little bit. He revamped the staff. So obviously the big glaring revamp for us is Colt Anderson is no longer here, which, praise be to the Most High. And now we have a legitimate Bones. Fassel. John Fassel? John Fassel. Call him Bones. We have a legitimate special teams coach. Like this is not a like a retread or something like that. You can call him a retread, but John is a great special teams coach. I think I'd probably say one of the better ones in there because he was with the Cowboys, I think, before, and he turned Kevontae Turpin into a household name. Well, Kevontae Turpin did that, but we're gonna give some of the credit to John. So we should see some improvement there on that end. I can't remember anybody else who really changed. We could look at the coaches. We could look at coaches. This is a live podcast, so we look at all the coaches right now. We got a new running backs coach, Randy Jordan. Obviously, I think what happened. They moved. Where is he at? I thought he was in there. I thought they moved. What was his name? It's a older black guy, but I think I thought he moved to tight ends coach, but I'm not seeing him.
I think I know what you're talking about, but
he's not there anymore. I think they let him go, or he left or went somewhere else. But Luke Stocker, throwback trivia name right there. He's the new tight ends coach. Mike McCoy. Mike McCoy is the new senior offensive assistant, and he was here. He was there. I think. Used to be the coach in San Diego for a long period of time. So he's like the assistant, offensive assistant out there.
Lots of experience, man.
I know. That is a key. And I think that's what was missing with Brian Callahan. Like, I think he could call plays, but, like, I think we probably expected too much out of him. What you think the first year? Because, I mean, he's the first-time head coach. He had never had, like, a head coaching position. He was an offensive coordinator. So, I think the game slowed down for him, too.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly.
It did.
So,
yeah, I believe it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just more so that, we talked about this so much last year, man. It was just more so about him finding his footing, as a first-year NFL head coach and first-time play caller as well, man.
Right.
There were so many firsts for him, man. So many.
He was the first-time head coach.
Yep.
First time going through the draft, picking the guys. First time being the guy calling the plays. That was a lot.
Yeah.
I think we expected a lot from him because we've seen a lot from other guys. But again, I don't think he fared too bad. I think he had a lot of things not working in his favor, as they would say in that regard.
Yeah.
So, Denard is back as the defensive coordinator. And we'll talk about the defense a little bit too. I want to touch on that because I feel like we've focused a majority of our thoughts on the offense simply because we got Cam Ward, aka Little Messiah, aka take us to the promised land, Ward on the team. But we probably need to talk about that. But he's got pretty much the same thing. Frank is still there as the freaking linebackers coach. Tracy Rocker, he's defensive line guy. Our gal Lori Locust is still there as a defensive assistant. But right now I think it's different. Is that we have a defensive run game coordinator and we have a passing game coordinator. That's Tony Odom and Travis Smith. I don't think we had those last year, and if we did, they really weren't talked about a lot. So seeing a lot of teams go to that, but I think it's just scheming up defensive plays throughout the week, giving Denard a little bit more chance, and then obviously we already talked about John Fassel. Then he got Raina Stewart. I know they got rid of everybody that was in the freaking special team.
Did.
Yeah, even
was Levine, man.
Yeah,
Levine.
and I thought he would have been a decent one because he came from Baltimore. He was a good special team player, but not today. So that's the staff. Now we all know offense is really what we key in. Like, I think somebody mentioned it the other day. Like, I don't know. I think it was TD when TD was in Bristol. Oh, shout out to TD. Congratulations, TD, on his contract. He's going to be here with us in Nashville for some more years to come as our ESPN beat reporter. But I think Adam Schefter was standing beside him and was like, I don't see a scenario where Cam Ward is not the day one starter on week one against, I guess, what we play the Broncos first week number one. So I don't think
on the road, man.
Yeah, on the road in Denver. I don't see where Cam Ward isn't the day one starter. And I tend to agree with him. Like, right now, it's Cam Ward is QB1 and Will Levis and Tim Boyle and Brandon Allen. I don't even think Tim Boyle is going to make the roster, though.
No, I don't think he is. He's just a camp body at this point, man.
Right. I'm really looking at him as a camp body because the thing Brandon Allen and freaking Will Levis have on Tim Boyle is that they played in Brian Callahan's system before. Brandon Allen played in Cincinnati, and Will was the starter last year. Tim Boyle, I don't think he's ever played under or with Brian Callahan before. I just remember him being with the Lions. I remember him being with the Lions and remember being the Packers in the NFC North.
And the Jets for about a year.
Okay, so I don't recall him being up there. But yeah, again, I don't think he makes a roster. The big part, and this is what we talked about, like, so we'll go down the line. We'll just go down each position group. because we got a lion's share for the last time we was filming this podcast. Last time we had talked about the wide receiver, so we're just gonna rehash that. Y'all didn't hear it, so you're gonna hear it. We're gonna say it again. But running backs, I think didn't they just sign someone?
It was extra camp body, man.
That's how we feel about the running backs, because it's
Literally
pretty much a lot.
at this point, man.
At this point, it's just like, hey, dog, it is what it is.
Like we know who the top two are, and it's a lot of, I guess, questions with the third.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess my money right now would be on Mullings, but
right.
It could be up in the air. Who cares,
right.
You know?
Yeah. So we know TP, he's RB1, and Tajay is RB2 or RB1B if you listen to Brian Callahan. And right now it's Chestnut, Mullings, and whoever this new dude is. I don't disrespectful dude, but I don't know.
He came from the Saints, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know who he is.
Forgot his name.
Jordan Mims.
Yeah.
Jordan Mims.
Yeah.
And they waived Tre and Davis Price. So Jordan Mims is the guy. I think he played for them for like 2 years. So he could be a camp body. He could be a special teams dude. I don't know. But I think right now all three of those are fighting. And honestly, tell you the truth, I'll put it to you like this, and it may sound hot take-ish. I don't think, even though Chestnut's been here, I don't think he like has a leg up on Mullings or anything like that.
I don't know. I mean, there's not much we could have seen, and his role has been mostly delegated to special teams a good bit.
Right.
Special teams unit has been pretty garbage the last couple of years. So
trash.
So it's more so about I think it's more so about special teams value at this point, man, and probably style of play at this point too, because I believe they need to keep a bruiser as that third back, man. Because there's too much elusiveness between the top two and Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears.
Right.
They need a bruiser back there. If he does get any snaps, which he did, I mean, for the most part of last season, third running back didn't get a lot of touches, man.
Right.
Because, if Tony Pollard was hurt, Spears stepped up. If Spears was hurt,
yes.
Pollard had most of the load. So, I mean, it just depends.
Yeah, because right now we got five. There's Pollard, Mullings, Mims, Chestnut, and obviously Spears right there. And the reason why I say I don't think Chestnut has a roll up is because we just haven't seen enough. Like he's been here. How long has he been here? He's been here
about 3 years, I think.
Yeah, I think this will be his fourth season in the league. I only think. Did he come to us undrafted? Yeah, he was undrafted.
Out of, where did he go to college?
Sacred Heart University.
Yeah, Sacred
Heart. Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. And the reason now, had he been drafted, yes, I'd probably say okay, they'd be more inclined to keep him. But we spent a draft pick on Khalil Mullins. Now Mullins still got to prove it, and I think wasn't he dinged up a little bit, and he's also learning the position. So
knee problems, man. So
yeah, so it's like. That's the camp battle that I'm going to be watching. Like, when it comes to running, they're like, oh, what's going on with running backs? I'm going to be like, okay, what did Khalil do today versus what did Chestnut do today? And then, again, you probably won't be able to see that until we get into the preseason games where, Chestnut is taking those snaps. Khalil is taking that snap. Is he elusive? And, again, I agree with you, too, on that bruiser thing. I think we need a type of bruising type of back because, we're not going to talk about who we don't have anymore, but
moment of silence, man.
They said he was washed, Tre. I knew he wasn't washed. He wasn't washed.
He was just a terrible offensive line, man.
Okay, we ain't gonna talk about it. We gonna get it back.
Breathe.
He's no longer with it.
Breathe.
But we do need that type of back that can. I mean, that's always been with us. I mean, for as long as I've known the Tennessee Titans, we've always had that nice back and then the bruiser. And then even with Eddie George, because you can say Eddie George was like a bruiser kind of but we had a Lorenzo Neal. So it was like, hey, man, when you needed them tough yards, just give it to Lorenzo. Who was the fullback that used to be after Lorenzo Neal?
Ahmad Hall? I believe so.
He was
it was Ahmad Hall.
It was Ahmad Hall. Ahmad Hall, let me tell you something, man. That man made the football team. He made the Titans when he said, yeah, I used to be a Marine. And I just love running into people. I was like, all right, man, sign that dude up. Because
why not? Why not?
He ain't going to never miss a block. He ain't going to never miss a block. He ain't going to never miss one. So, yeah, Ahmad Hall, man. But, yeah, I do agree. But I think that is going to be the battle to watch is again, my stupid cat. That's gonna be I can't talk with my hands, y'all. I'm so animated. That's gonna be the battle to watch in the running back thing. Like again, quarterback is kind of sold up. You know, you just want to make sure that Cam gets to the season healthy, blah 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 blah, things like that. We kind of know who 1 and 2 are going to be there, and I'd be surprised. You know, I would be shocked if they traded Will Levis now. As long as he's here, I would be shocked. But you know,
same. I just don't know at this point though, because it really feels like that they want to keep him at least for now,
right?
And just give him as a backup, bro. I don't know though.
Or because his services will become required sooner rather than later.
We'll see.
I would put money on it being in the state of Pennsylvania. And one Pittsburgh Steelers, but we don't want to speak ill will with that. But that dude is my age, and I went to go hoop last week, and all my knees was hurting. So I already know what's happening with him. So let's just put it out there. So
old man knees, man.
Old man knees, brother. Let me tell you something. You cannot escape old man knees. I don't care whatever TikTok or physical therapist tell you, brother. When old man knees comes for you, it's over with. And I know old man knees is knocking on somewhere in Allegheny looking for hooking up with the hat man so they can go run this guy down. So here's a position that we talked about the last time we tried to record a podcast, and that was wide receiver. And right now, dog, I'm going to read off every wide receiver that we have here on the Tennessee Titans, dog. We have according to Titans, T.J. Sheffield, Calvin Ridley, Xavier Restrepo, James Prochet II, Bryce Oliver, Tyler Lockett, Mason Kinsey, Van Jefferson, Jaquan Jackson, Colton Dow, Chimere Dike, Treylon Burks. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 12 wide receivers going into camp, dog. 12. Now, we did this last week. We're going to rehash it again because some things might have changed, but I don't think it's changed. So I'm going to let you get first shot at it. You are Brian Callahan, and you are talking to Tyke Tolbert, and it's cut down day. We got to move from 90 to 53. And you as Brian Callahan. No, so let's start over. You are talking to Brian Callahan because you are Tyke Tolbert. And you're giving him your top seven wide receivers out of the 12. All of them were healthy. All of them did well in training camp. All of them are who they are. Who are you telling Brian to keep? I'm gonna let you go first, and then I will. I'll give you my 7.
I think I have a good top 3. Calvin Ridley. Not TJ Lockett. Jeez, Lockett. Just Lockett. Jeez, his first name slipped my mind for a second. Ridley, Lockett. I think I'll go with A.O. Manor as a 3rd. For a 4th, I'll probably go Van Jefferson. For a 5th, I will go.
And that's crazy because they didn't even list A.O. Manor on here. I didn't even say his name on the roster. That's ridiculous. Tennessee Titans website. Get it together.
Ridley, Tyler Lockett, excuse me. A.O. Manor. For a 4th, I said Van Jefferson.
Right.
For a 5th, I'll probably go Chimere Dike.
Right.
For a 6th, I will probably go Prochet, and then 7th, Restrepo. Okay. I think they keep 7. I think it depends on how many offensive linemen they keep, honestly. Actually, offensive linemen and tight ends. Depends on offensive linemen and tight ends they keep, because it's a question on if they keep 3 or 4 tight ends, I believe, at this point.
Right. And we'll talk about them in a second. Yeah. So, I think so. You said Ridley, Lockett, A.O. Manor, Jefferson, you said DK, and then you said Restrepo. Who am I missing? Oh, and Jefferson. You said Jefferson was it. So that's okay. That's good 7. I'm pretty much if I'm talking to Brian Callahan, I'm telling him, okay, Calvin Ridley, he Lockett, Ayo Maynard, lock. So the top three are pretty much the same thing. I am saying we're going to keep. I'm putting Restrepo way up there. I'll say I'm keeping Restrepo at number 4, and then I am rounding out that top 5 with Van Jefferson. You can swap Van Jefferson and Restrepo for me. It doesn't really matter. And then I'm keeping DK, and then I'm keeping. Well, you said Prochet was in there too. But see, I'm not going to put Prochet in there under wide receivers simply because he's going to have that spot at kick return. I think he's going to be the kick returner right here. So I won't add him here. And then I will keep. I will say who's the guy? Bryce Oliver.
Yeah.
Bryce Oliver is my last guy. So I got those are my 7. I'm gonna say they're gonna carve out a role for James Proche, so they'll give you like that 8th wide receiver. But I don't think Mason Kinsey makes it. I don't think Treylon Burks makes it.
Nope.
I don't think Dowell makes it. Maybe Dowell makes the practice squad. Kinsey,
I think he makes the practice squad. Yeah.
Kinsey, I think Kinsey ends up. Kinsey is never going to get rid of the tight. It's like a drug habit you can't beat. Is Mason. You don't have any Narcan to get rid of Mason Kinsey. He's just gonna be on the practice squad. But I think Jaquan Jackson last year. I think Jaquan is on the practice squad too. But I think Bryce Oliver squeezed in it only because Cameron Ward spoke his name specifically on multiple occasions in video. So usually. Oh, and that reminded me of something. I'm gonna tell you. I want to see if you've seen this clip too. But that usually tells signs that you're building chemistry. I don't know if Oliver is in the building like that with them, but all I know is Karen Ward did not lie when he said he was just going to throw the F out the ball because it's a family show today. Throw the F out the ball. And who did I see down there? Xavier Restrepo and Cameron DK. So those two guys out there. Was Ayo Maynard down there? I'm trying to think. Was Ayo Maynard down there? I want to say for one of the videos he was.
I want to say he was there, man.
Yeah.
I want to say.
I want to say he was there, but I can't remember. I know he was there for one of them. I saw one video where Ayo Maynard was there because I saw. Oh yeah, this is the one. I think they were throwing outside. And then there was one in Miami. Oh, no, he was there. He was there.
It was okay.
Because he was messing with Chig about Chig being late, who was also there, who we'll talk about in a second. But, man, I saw this thing. On, I just saw a clip on TikTok. And, yeah, follow us, section 240, section_240 on TikTok. We're trying to get our followers up out there. So follow us there. But I saw it, and it was Chris Carter talking about Xavier Restrepo, bro. And I don't know. Like, I'm really high on Xavier Restrepo. Like, higher than I have ever been.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to piss you off right now. I don't think I've been that high on an undrafted or lower round pick since, drum roll, Trey McBride. I know you're like, who? Yes, Trey McBride. I remember Trey McBride got here. He had all the hype. He was finna be that guy. He's gonna be that dude that he fell off. Man. But I feel like Xavier Restrepo is different, bro. He's not like had Xavier Restrepo at the combine ran a 4.6 or 4.5, he wouldn't be on the Tennessee Titans.
Probably not.
Yeah, he wouldn't be on the Tennessee Titans. Like, I get it. He ran a 4.7, he ran a 4.8. That's super slow. And you got people on both sides, oh, I can't do this, can't do that. But dog, there's just one glaring thing that's standing out of me. And I want to preface it with this. I understand that the game has changed from century to decade, and it's moved on. There's more passing than it is right now. But dog, you can't sit here and tell me that a guy that passed all the greats and leads the University of Miami in receiving yards is not worthy of a spot on this roster, especially given what we have. Like, the wide receiver room outside of Calvin really ain't that good. It's not. We got a whole bunch of rookies, a couple of older vets. So if there's any place where he can say, hey, I can make my name in the league right here, is that. So I'm really high on him. Chris Carter was like, man, why would you? First of all, it was so stupid. Chris Carter called him white. He's like, I don't know why you would bring or try to keep the slow white boy, because and I thought it was, and It wasn't AI because I could see his lips saying it. I went and found the clip somewhere else. He's like, I don't know why you keep the slow white boy on the team. Blah 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 blah. And it was the hook was, oh, Cam Ward is requesting to keep his slow teammate. I really like if Xavier Restrepo makes the final 53-man roster, I'm gonna put some money on it. If he makes the final 53-man roster, I guarantee you he's gonna have over 500 receiving yards for the team, and he's going to have at least 3 touchdowns.
I mean, I don't know, man. It just depends on the volume of snaps and just where he places in the pecking order, man. Because I mean, if he's not slotting in, because I can't remember the amount of sets that they ran that had more than 3 wide receivers last year.
Right.
Because I know that Callahan and that Bengals offense is more so an offense that can roll with their tight ends, 11, 12 personnel maybe.
Right.
Don't quote me on that. I need to double check that again. But I need to double check the formation frequencies and stuff from last year. But
we're gonna hold you to it.
Yeah. No, it just depends on the frequency of wide receivers out there on the field. More than 3. Because they might keep more than a couple tight ends depending on how the offensive line plays.
Right.
Just to make things a little bit easier for Cam Ward. I don't know. It just depends, man. If he can slide in as a third wide receiver, then I could probably bet on you. I could probably agree with you on that, but I just don't see that happening right now.
Yeah, okay. And then if we find out the splits, maybe next podcast we can find out the splits. We're gonna have some guests on too while we're here in the training camp. We're gonna try to get a few people on here that may be a little bit more football savvy than us, but we should. I know we've been promising for a long time. You know what I feel like when I promise that? I feel like the last track on any 3-6 Mafia album, because they would tell you what's coming up. And I remember for the longest, Choices was one of the albums that was coming up. Now, if you don't listen to 3-6, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. But they promoted Choices for so long, I didn't think it was coming out. And then all of a sudden, it was out. Choices. So that's how I feel like. That's feel like. But while we segue to keep going through the roster, Section240.com, man. You got to get your merch, man. You got to get your merch. Get your merch from Section240.com/shop. We got the merch come up here. Go rock you some gear. Support the channel. All that good stuff. We need to go hang out right there. I thought I lost track. We need to lose track. It was just a glitch. All right. So, tight ends. Let's go through tight ends. We might have to just make this episode all freaking. No. We ain't been here in a while. People won't. We're going to get the people what they want. Extended coverage. Anyway. Tight ends. I think Chig is solidly locked in as tight end 1. TE1. Gunnar Helm is probably TE2. That's the battle. Chig is TE1. He's already trying to build that chemistry with Ward. We gonna go ahead and mark that down. You could probably write that in Sharpie.
Permanent ink
right there. Gunnar Helm versus Wiley. That's
honestly.
You hit me.
Look. I agree with Chig being locked in as tight end 1, but I think Wiley's going to be fighting to make the roster, man.
Oh, you don't think he's going to make the roster?
I think it's going to be fighting to make the roster because there's just not. Wiley, it was supposed to be the red zone, big-bodied, reliable target on third down. Right. He was supposed to be that, but he's been hurt. The production hasn't been there.
Right.
And they have Gunnar Helm coming in, who, of course, isn't going to be as good of a blocker coming in. Right. Wiley wasn't as good of a blocker coming in either, though.
True.
But Helm
neither is
probably, Helm right now probably has more upside as a pass catcher. And Chig, has proven it. Last year just wasn't the best, but he's proven it. He proved it in his first year. So I think it just depends on if Wiley can be something that's a blocker. And based on, the tight ends that they have now, like I know Odakuya is back.
I don't think
I don't know. He just might make the team, man. He just might. I don't know if they will want him more as a blocking tight end. If they want a blocking tight end on this roster, which I think they do, they'll keep Odakuya and David Martin Robinson, man. David Martin Robinson isn't the largest, but he provides more of a big play sort of element because he has a fair bit more of agility and pass catching ability and threaten to pass the game than Wiley, man. So I don't know. I think Wiley's fighting to make this roster. I might be crazy, but I just don't see a concrete pass for him on this roster unless he really shows something.
Dang, Josh Wiley is 6'7". He's 6'7",
Yeah.
248. But yeah,
Yep.
that's the problem. He's been banged up. He's been banged up every time. We got some dude named Drake Drabney out here. I think he's a rookie. He probably
is a rookie.
Yeah. If anything, maybe Odakuya and David Martin, because you get to keep 12. I think maybe they get stuffed on the practice squad. They make practice squad. But yeah, Josh Wiley, hey man, he might be trade bait too.
Yeah, he might be.
For a pickup, you know, he does good in the offseason. Not offseason, but during training camp.
Yeah.
You know, preseason. Maybe they say, hey, you know, we got Gunner. We got DMR. We like him. We like Odakuya. Because Odakuya, I don't know if you caught it. Odakuya was talking trash about Mike Vrabel. And the dude said, hey, man, that man is giving me a real shot. Which, hey, man. We ain't going to talk about it. I don't care about that. You know, that's the Patriots' problem now. And they going to find out really quickly. Without a Derrick Henry, it's going to be tough sledding. You're not going to win as many games. It's going to be very tough sledding. Very tough. Very tough. Very tough. Derrick Henry is a Hall of Famer because of Mike Vrabel. Invite him to Canton and let him sit on the front row. Those are the three. Who's going to be on the front row of Derrick Henry's Hall of Fame stand? This is a wild tangent. Mike Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel.
Eddie George.
Eddie George, absolutely.
Nick Saban.
Yep. Marcus Mariota. And
maybe Ryan Tannehill. All those
AJ Brown, maybe. Yeah, maybe AJ Brown, maybe.
Maybe AJ Brown. Yeah. It's probably Lamar, you know.
Yeah, true.
But from the Tennessee Titans, Marcus Mariota and Mike Vrabel going to be there because those guys afforded him every touch he wanted. Hey, he's like, man, I feel like getting 40 today. Well, brother, we
go and get your 40,
45. So, now, I think we didn't talk about everything. This is the last group that we talked about, and that's the offensive line. And then we'll switch over to defense. So, the offensive line, big thing. Cushenberry is supposed to be back by the start of training camp. And with the Achilles and things like that, you know, you got to be careful with it. But he got hurt like at the end of last year. Like I want to say
it was like the middle part of last year.
Yeah. I think we had like 6 or 7 games left and things like that. So, Dan Moore is a question mark. Dan Moore. It's crazy that Dan Moore and J.C. Latham are the question marks when they're both playing their natural positions. Dan Moore is a natural left tackle, and J.C. Latham has moved over to the right side, which he played at Alabama, and which got him the high draft pick. So, you know, and now we got Zeitler. I want to say Zeitler is that right guard, and Peter Skoronski has flushed into an above average left guard. Yeah. So, and then we picked up Jackson Slater in the draft. I think we picked up a whole bunch of. We got a whole bunch of, man. We got Sam Mustafie, John Ojukwu, Andrew Rupchitz, friend of the show. We got Udo. We got a whole bunch of offensive linemen. So I think you're right when it comes to how many offensive linemen do we keep. Like, I can't remember how many we kept last season. Because we got, you got Slater, you got Zeitler, you got freaking, and then they go to linebackers. You got Brewer, Jalen Duncan, he's still here. Blake Hand, some of these are camp bodies, got to be. Brendan Jaimes, Sam Mustafir, John Ojukwu, Andrew Rupchitz, Peter Skoronski. I think that's all the ones right there. So yeah, so you got a lot of bodies there. I think I think the starters are solidified. I think it's gonna be JC, Zeitler, Cushenberry if he's back, but I don't know who's the backup center would be. Is it Levin? Is Levin?
I mean, Levin could be Brendan James, who they signed the offseason from the last play for the Chargers. There's a lot of guys that they just brought over in the offseason. Flyers on veterans. That are probably best suited for backup roles, but they took a swing on a few guys this offseason, man. It just depends. It's the same with the backup centers, and probably same with the swing tackle spot too, man. So it's a lot of questions. It's going to be for camp.
So and then on the other side you got Skoronski, and then you got Dan Moore. Yep. And again, I'm going to give Dan Moore some grace because he had some really good pass blocking numbers, but that man was going against. He was going against.
Not TJ Watt. Miles Garrett.
Miles Garrett.
Doggone.
Zadarius. Was it Zadarius? Nah, he was there in the
I don't know if
Browns.
it was Zadarius, but he was there. He went through the ringer in that AFC North, man.
The AFC North ain't got no joke when it comes to pass rush. Because look at the Ravens. They just sent. They were sending everybody. The Ravens were sending everybody. Look, if your grandma was out there, your grandma going on the blitz,
grandma
boy.
going.
Yeah, hot. She on a hot one, boy. Hey, grandma, get out there, get that walk out there, come up off the edge. Line up with that 9 technique. So I'm gonna give him, some grace on that one. I don't think the pass rushing talent in the AFC South is that great.
No,
you got Will Anderson in Houston,
real good,
but outside of that, like nothing jumps off at the page. Like who in Indianapolis or Jacksonville is running? I mean, you can say the same for us. We don't got no pass rush, and that's something we talk about. Yeah,
Jacksonville is really Josh Allen Hines.
Yeah,
Josh Hines. I forgot his full name.
I mean, nobody cares. See, man, put a hyphen in his name for no reason. Come on, man. I'm hating, but yeah, come on, get out of here.
That's probably the only other people worth mentioning. I think the Texans have one more person on there. I'm not sure. Like one more.
The wide receiver probably named Jaden. They got a whole bunch of J's out there, dog. Wide receiver, man.
Yeah. So I mean, who else do the Texans have on the defensive line? I mean, they still got Danico Autry.
RP.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, Daniil Hunter. That's what it is. Daniil Hunter.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yes, I was like, they have somebody else. I can't remember. And Texans just have a disgusting rotation of pass rushers that can go after two.
Yeah.
You know, Anderson, Daniil Hunter. Then you have Darrell Taylor. Then you have Mario Edwards is a good depth piece.
Yeah.
Derek Barnett.
I wanted Derek Autry.
Yeah, but Sheldon Rankins. Tim Settle. I mean, they have so many guys, man. So many guys that can clog up the middle, rush the passer, just depth, man. It's a ridiculous defensive, front that they have, plus depth, man.
It's going to be interesting to watch those Texan games to figure out what's going on with them. All right, so let's switch gears and let's talk about the defensive side of the ball. All right, so you want to start? Let's start front to back. We just go front to back. So that defensive line, they brought back Sebastian Joseph-Day, which I think was the right move. We got Tavondre Sweat, and we got Big Jeff. I think those are your three starting, because we're in a 3-4 basically. Your starting rotation. And, right now, the biggest question mark on that on the defensive line, outside linebacker, I kind of put them all together. That line, outside edge, is what type of pass rush are we going to get from Arden Key, and what is Olufemi Oladejo, who hasn't signed yet, so hopefully he signs. Yeah, I mean, come on, brother. Like, everybody around you has signed now. The 51st and the 53rd. Come on now. Yeah, I mean, come on now. Come on now. Like, come on, come on now. Come on, Femi.
Come on, man. Come on.
So we got to figure out what he's going to be. Like, I don't think anybody's expecting Femi to have like this Javon Curse freak 1999 season, or is it 98? We don't expect him to have a monster season like that. But if we could get 4, because we have no Harold Landry, and Harold Landry was, quiet as it's kept, the best pass rusher we had on the team, and he's now in Tennessee Titans North with Vrabel. So that's the biggest question mark. It's like, how are we going to generate pass rush? I know Big Jeff was hurt, and I know somebody tried to give him an excuse, saying I saw a report where an executive was like, "Oh yeah, the motor kind of dies down when you don't have, you don't have a lot of wins or whatever." So I give you that, but still, you're supposed to be a dominant player. Blah 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 blah. I love what I saw from Tavondre and Sebastian Joseph-Day. So I think this second year league, because Tavondre looks slim, brother. In regard to that. So he, maybe he put some more, more moves in the bag and stuff like that. And then, SJD is just a solid contributor. He's gonna do that. And then you got Keon Colburn. I think he's out there.
Yep, Keon Colburn.
Who else is out there? They got a rookie, David Govinda. They picked him up from Texas, but he's a linebacker. But he's more like a pass rusher. But I don't know. Maybe he's a stand-up linebacker.
We'll see.
We'll see. But then moving on to linebacker, We have obviously, Cody Barton, lock him in, permanent Sharpie. He's going to be your starter. And then outside of him, you got Cedric Gray, and you got James Williams. They're just their second year. Man, I can't. Oh, we were down bad last year.
Yeah, Otis Reese as well, man.
Otis Reese, yeah. We was down bad because we was really thinking there was really a conversation. People, I think Frank Bush actually had to answer questions of whether or not Cedric Gray was gonna get the green dot, dog. That was a question last year. Dog, we was down bad, boy. We was out here scraping and scrounging for anything. And he never. I think he didn't play any meaningful minutes until the end of the season. But yeah, that was that. So it's, I don't know what these linebackers gonna look back like.
I don't know, man. It just might be by a committee sort of thing, man.
Yeah,
there's just so many uncertainties, man. Of course, Cody Barton's the starter. You said you're great. There's so many uncertainties, man. And I saw this is the one thing that kind of annoyed me with the way they addressed the linebacker spot this offseason. I saw this a couple days ago or a couple months ago, but it was something that it's been gaining sort of attraction and sort of thought. It's more so the Titans linebacker core right now, inside linebacker core is full of a lot of good run stoppers, but not a lick of them can play a single good decent bit of coverage, man. And that's the thing that concerns me, man. Especially when you have an X group defensive line, a pass rush that just isn't all that good. You still have some average there at linebacker that, of course, can't get back there in coverage, man. I mean, I don't know. It kind of concerns me. Plus, add on the fact that the next position, we're gonna hit doesn't have a lot of depth there as well, man. So
yeah,
the coverage aspect of this defense is so suspect. Coverage, pass rush of it's so suspect, and it really concerns me. Granted, I'm not expecting too much considering this defensive roster as a whole still had issues going back to last season.
Right.
We had a lot of questions for it going back into last season.
Yeah.
But yeah, it concerns me. It really does concern me. It kind of scares me because there's just not a lot of answers right now, and you still have so many pieces to fill, potentially on the offensive side of the ball too in the future too. So
yeah,
it's tough, man.
Yeah, and I don't think there's anybody out there right now, free agent or in a trade position. I don't even think we're in a position to get anybody from a trade to be competitive. Obviously, if we're gonna be realistic with ourselves, if we win 6 games this year, 6 or 7 games this year, I would be pleasantly surprised in that regard. And we'll see if that changes. Obviously, as soon as I see Cam Ward step on the field and then warm jersey, blah, 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 then we go undefeated. But, right now, in July the 20th, and the defense is a real, like you said, issue. We don't know where the pass rush is coming. We don't know what these linebackers look like. We don't know what the cornerback depth looks like. And that's the next position because right now, if you really think about it, we only got 4 cornerbacks. That's Roger, that's Legarius, that's Brownlee, and who's the other one? Darryl
Baker.
Darryl Baker. That's it, dog. I mean, we got some other people Jude Lally and
Judy Lally,
Kimber and
Marcus Harris was a later round pick.
Yeah, but
rookie from Cal, but yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, dog. So this defense, and then you go to the safety spot, and you only got Mike Brown, Xavier Woods, and Amari Hook. That is their strongest position, and I'm saying that with a defense that has a Jeffrey Simmons and a Tavondre Sweat on it to say that. Yeah,
Kevin Winston's still back there as well, but even then he has knee problems. We don't know when he's going to be back.
So this defense, while we're concerned about the offense, because obviously offense scores points and things like that, but this defense, now, I think we were a lot of fool's gold last year because they would say, hey, this is the top. Where were we top number 1 defense or something like that? Blah, blah, blah,
At some point, it was a good defense, but then, the wheels fell off.
Talking about the wheels fell off, the axle came down, transmission was leaking. Doggone radiator.
Check engine light came on.
Your dash looked like a space shuttle right there. So but out of all the defensive spots, the one spot that I'm not really worried about is the safety spot because Mike Brown showed himself to be a adequate safety player. Like I like Mike Brown. Mike Brown reminds me of Blaine Bishop. Like that man just want to hit something. He just want to hit something. Like I don't know. He might be Hitman 2.0. Because I never forget those 2 games back to back. The first game I was watching on live stream, and we bring that back this season. We watching on live stream. He lit old buddy up and got flagged for it. And the next game, he had to pull up because he knew if he hit him, he's gonna get another flag.
Get flagged, man.
Yeah, but both of them legal hits. And boy, he separated old buddy from the ball. I know. I like Mike Brown. So Mike Brown is good. And then Xavier Woods, he coming over from Carolina. Is it Xavier Woods? Yeah.
Xavier Woods, from Carolina.
Yeah, from Carolina. And then we got Amani Hooker, who's like in his 7th year here now.
It's been a while, bro.
Yeah, Amani Hooker been here for a minute, bruh. And then you got Kevin Winston. Yeah, Amani's been here for 7 years, bro. So you got Kevin Winston, you got Mark Perry. So out of all the groups, and then obviously special teams, you can't leave them out. We got Morgan Cox, we got Joey Sly. They got rid of the MVP punter. I want to see how that works out too. I know it's not a position that's a glamorous position too, but I do recall after Stonehouse got absolutely destroyed on that one kick where
towards ACL.
Yeah, towards ACL, all his knees up. Had that man got a doggone real estate license after that injury because he was, I don't even know, he was really contemplating coming back, but he did. But it's just like he never had that hang time. He could boom that hole all the time, but he just never, I don't think he ever got it down. Like we got spoiled with Brett Kern because Brett could boom it and put it in the corner, pin him back deep. Like, a punt wasn't a bad option for us. So now we got Joey Sly here. So he's a pretty decent punter. Kick returner, punt returner is going to be an issue. I think that'll be a battle to watch. Like if Jaquan Jackson wants to make the active game day roster, he's going to have to beat out James Proche.
Proche, some other guys too, man.
Yeah. Shoot, they even had Treylon Burks back there catching that, but I think that was
we don't talk about that.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Project X, man.
Project X, you know what I'm saying? I'm surprised some guys didn't just bust in my door in tights blue and take me away for talking about that. But yeah, so that's the team as a whole. And obviously, they're coming up on training camp, and you're about to wrap this thing up because we just went through the whole thing. But I mean, I think it's going to be the Cam Ward factor is really what's propelling my excitement for this year. How do we go? Because honestly, and correct me if I'm wrong, Trey, we really never had a player like this. Yeah, we had Marcus Mariota, and Marcus Mariota was a great quarterback and was on the precipice of something. So we've seen this type of trajectory before, but the injuries derailed him. But I don't think we've ever. But you already know what the stuff was with Marcus was. He wasn't vocal. He didn't talk. So I can recall every week through the season. Is Marcus Mariota a leader? Is this, that? We had Taylor Wan having to come out and say, "Oh yeah, he's a leader." Blah 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 blah. But we don't question that with Cam Ward, dog.
Sure don't.
Let me tell you something, dog. Cam Ward, dog. And I'll tell you this, and I give a shout out to my homie, David Oliver. He's the director of track and field at Howard University. They won like four back-to-back MEAC championships under his tutelage. So shout out to him. But he's a big Miami fan. Fan. Now, again, I think I said this on another podcast. I was up watching Colorado. Shadur could do no wrong to me, man. I was like, hey, man, I got a YouTube copyright strike for playing perfect timing at the end of the season last year. But and when I was asked them, they were like, nah, dog. I mean, I'm not picking Shadur. I was like, oh, that's interesting. It's like, who you pick? I was like, if I had to pick number one overall, I'd pick Cam Ward. And when I started to dive in that tape, dog, I saw why.
I get it.
I get it.
I get it.
I understand. And then, dog, when he became Tennessee, like, dog, I like, in my mind, like, I've never heard a QB talk like this. Like, and maybe that's just us because I'm a bit of Titans fan, so I'm not paying attention to other things like that. But he came in, he was like, hey, dog, like, I'm never going to forget what Brian Callahan said and maybe somebody can jump in the comments and say, "Hell no, that was stupid, dog. Everybody does that." But he came in there and said, Brian Callahan said, "I was calling the play. He's talking trash to Jeffrey Simmons, and he said, 'Do you want me to wait?' He's like, 'No, I got you.' And then went out there and executed the play properly, and then went back to trash talk. And he was like, that was impressive. So, dog, like maybe this is how. Like I don't give a damn. I'm a fan, so I'm gonna talk kind of like that. I mean, I ain't no pro Scott again. But maybe, dog, maybe this is how Chiefs fans felt when they started getting glimpses of what Patrick Mahomes was doing in training camp. And like that first preseason game, the first couple of games, they were like, man, this dude, something different. I'm not even going to say what Riddick was talking about. Louis Riddick was talking about how he reminds him of that. I'm just saying, like, we get coverage of the team, and then we see it. Like, that man out there throwing that stuff, like, it's different, dog. Like, I ain't seen that before. Not in Nashville.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, and he's doing, like, everything that, like, think about it. Everything that we wanted him to do based off of everything that we saw every other successful quarterback do, he's doing it. Mm-hmm. Like, when I heard about Jay Daniels using the VR stuff from LSU, blah, 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 I was like, man, that'd be dope. And what happened?
He's on it.
He on it. Man, dog, it'd be dope if we had a quarterback that was vocal, talk trash, and do that. Psst, he doing it. Like, man, it'd be dope to have a quarterback that they say is in the building, outworking everybody, blah, 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 not afraid to talk to the media. Psst, he doing it. Doing it. Like, everything that we wanted out of quarterback, and I think that's why, at least that's why I'm hyped, is because, like, maybe this it, dog. What if we look back at that, and we'll think about this after season, but what if we look back at this joint, dog, and say, dog, 2025 is when the Titans, like, came back, dog. That was the start. Like, it's 2026, 2028, we in the new stadium, and we was like, man, dog, you remember 2025 when we drafted this? Now, dog, we was in the AFC Championship game last year with them, and man, they got us slotted to come back. That'd be crazy, dog.
It would be.
All because Cheek missed that pass down what was it? It was the left sideline on an overthrow against the Patriots. that changes the trajectory. All right, man. But yeah, training camp starts. What does it say? Training camp starts July 23rd. That's I think that's the first time they had that. So 23rd, so Wednesday. I think rookies report in a few days. Well, probably maybe Monday or Tuesday, and then
maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, probably tomorrow though. But they got, if you go to TitansOnline.com, July the 26th is the in-stadium open practice. And then, bruh, they got 23, 24, the 29th, the 30th, 2nd, and August the 6th. I'm going to be engulfed in this, so we might have a little segment on the channel called 2 minutes, Titans 2-minute training camp or something like that, where we talk about this stuff, because it's going to be a lot. But make sure you lock in. We back on the regular schedule, y'all. I'm sorry to leave y'all. It's summer vacation, man. I went to Legoland, and I bought some Legos, so it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But we back, though. We back. All season long, baby. We about to kick it into high gear, man. So, for my man Tre, I gotta tell Tre, hey, man, can't go on too many wrestling trips unless they, I don't know. I can't tell that man he can't go wrestling, because look, man, it probably was a dope experience. But anyway, now that we got, man. Got Tre coming off the top rope, it's your boy Bonafide. Make sure you locked in. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this with all your Titans friends. Make sure you follow us on all social media. Section_240 on Twitter. We on TikTok. We're not on IG yet, but we're going to get on IG. Make sure you get your merch. Section240.com/shop, man.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, man. This is a little bit longer episode, but we felt like y'all missed us. So, we're going to be back next time. So, until next time. Peace.